Let's talk 169217, called Torakaburi. It's from the artist Kiroi Tamago. With the cover art having someone scream midget, it's got me curious, so let's jump right into it. The doujin starts out with a classroom setting, and someone is yelling at this dude because he stole her test and laughed at the score. This girl calls him a midget, which gets him to start yelling back. But their screaming match gets interrupted by the teacher telling them to go to the counselor. It cuts to them leaving the counselor, and it's already pitch black out. The two start walking and talking about how they had to write a 10-page apology to each other, and the main dude says something stupid and gets the wombo combo from her. As they're still walking home together, of course, she's thinking it's the first time she walked home with a guy, but he speeds up and says for her to wait there for a second, which she does, and he comes back with a drink for her, coffee, as an apology for earlier, which makes her reconsider how much he cares about it. But they talk about how it's nice to go home with someone else, and she says the trigger, and after that point they start going home together, but hoped that no one from their class found out. To avoid that, they met up somewhere and then went home. It evolved from them just walking to sometimes dropping by somewhere. Yata, the main guy, still annoys her, but she enjoys spending time with him, even winning her prizes off crane machines. He was nice to her, and before she knew it, her hate turned into love. Soon enough, she was cooking Yata something, making him nervous with the knife. Both her parents were working late that night, so they could just kick back and relax. She finishes up cooking and the two sit down to eat, which somehow makes her think of this entire scenario in her head. After Yata finishes eating, he's just gonna leave, which makes her jump up and tell him to wait, because there's other stuff they can do. She powers up and slaps him and yells at him for leading her on, because he just doesn't get it. He had no idea how hard it was for her to invite him over. Yata freezes and tells her that he doesn't really know what to do in those situations. She tells him not to worry, and tells him that she's new to this too as they kiss. You can probably guess what happens next, and they doze off after she confesses. It cuts to school and the two are arguing again. She's yelling at him about him getting chummy with other girls, and the class realizes that they did it, and the doujin ends with them still screaming at each other. Overall, I rate this a 9 out of 10. It's a pretty good read and pretty good story. I like the arguing turned dating scenario, and the whole story did that really well. I do recommend you check it out for yourself as always. That's all I got. I'll see you in the next one.
Attack on Titan, Tokyo Ghoul. These hentai babes make me drool. Hasane Biku is great. She makes me masturbate. Fairy tale.